it's Donnett with Embroidery.com. Welcome to this week's Easy Stitch product demo. So I've had some questions on the difference between the rods with the webbing and the rods with the tape, so I thought I'd show you. So the rods with the webbing have this really heavy-duty canvas stapled right along to the rod. And what you do is you simply hand sew or machine sew your fabric right to this webbing. Put it on some sidebar, scroll it up, and you're ready to stitch. So the rods with the tape work a little differently. Now the tape's already attached to the rod end to end, so you don't have to attach that. You then take your tape for fabric and put it onto your fabric, put it on some scroll rods, scroll it up, and begin. So let me show you how to put the tape on the fabric. So this is my beautiful gingerbread fabric for our gingerbread stitch along we're doing. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so now I'm lucky on this piece because I've got the bias on both ends here. So this orange line is what I'm going to go off of, and it's totally straight. So I know my piece is going to be straight top to bottom. Normally, if you don't have this, what I do is I fray my fabric till I have a straight line, come up a couple rows, and place my tape there. That way I know I'm getting perfect tension top to bottom. So again, this is really, really sticky, and you simply just place it on your fabric as just a little bit up from the bottom, and just as on a straight as line as you can get. Let me go there. Perfect. Now, when choosing what rods to use for a specific project, I like to get rods that are just a little bit bigger than the project I'm working on. That way I've got, some finger room to scroll it up. So I like about an inch on each side. So if my project was, 24 inches, I would get like 26-inch rods. Just a little bit bigger than what I'm working on, the fabric I'm working on. I find that you just get better tension that way. So I'm just going to simply place this right along this line here. Again, it's very sticky, as you can tell. And so it doesn't come off, it's not meant to come off. And just get it on there as straight as possible. Then you just simply place it right on the rod, on the tape on the rod, and then scroll this up. This is a really long piece because it's got all of my pieces for my gingerbread stitch along. I got it all planned out on here. So the best thing is this project's going to take me a while, and you can see the fabric's really long. So by using the scroll rod instead of a hoop, I'm going to protect all this fabric until I get the chance to work on it. So instead of it getting dirty and getting all crumpled as I'm working on each part of the store, I'm doing the needlework store. It's all protected and safe and on the scroll frame, so it won't get dirty and everything. So I just scroll this up here. This is going to be just such a fun project. Okay, so as you can probably guess, well, you can see how easy it was for me to put the tape on the fabric. Simply put it on there, scroll it up. Now, one of the biggest differences with the tape versus the webbing is that if you wanted to change out your project, it's a little bit more encumbered. With the tape, you just simply take it off, put a new project on, and you're ready to go. With the webbing, you would have to unpick it, and then, sew other fabric to the webbing and start like that. So now I've got it all on here, and I'll be able to use this for my adorable gingerbread. So I've got all of my fabric on here, but now I need to tighten it because I like really tight tension. So what I'll do is I'll tighten this side. Well, I'll tighten both sides, and then I'll push here in the middle. And what that'll do is it'll cinch it up on the end here. It'll make all that fabric tighter. So then I'll just roll it again, roll it up, tighten down my knobs. Again, push on it, push on the middle here. It's again gonna cinch it up inside. I will roll it up again, roll it up, cinch up the knobs. Again, push on it in the center. That is just gonna cinch up all that fabric because it's quite long. All that fabric that's on this scroll rod here. Again, push. And I'll probably come over to this one up here and scroll that up. Let's see what my tension looks like after I do that. Okay, push. Oh yeah, look at that. That's making it nice and tight. Okay, let's scroll that up. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. That is nice and tight. So then I've got my scroll rod covers. Simply put them over it, and I am ready to stitch. Now, with a scroll frame this small, I'm just gonna hold it in my hand. I could put the legs on it. I mean, there's a hole, but I don't think it'll fit over my lap. So I'm just gonna hold it in my hand, which I can still stitch two-handed because I can just have it resting on my arm. So I'll just hold it right in my hand. I'll still be able to have my Mighty Bright light clipped to it because I can. And so I'll just simply hold it in my hand as I'm stitching on this. So that is how to get your fabric on the scroll rods. The best thing about the rods with the tape is that it's so simple. You can put a project on, take it off, so easy. With the webbing, you do have to unpick it. So you have to sew it on by hand or machine and then unpick it and do that again. So those are the biggest two differences. So I did have somebody question about tension, okay? So I like really tight tension. That's why I, will fray the fabric when I put my tape on because I want my tension top to bottom to be really tight. So they were questioning the tension on a bigger project side to side. And now the scroll rods go from 6 inches all the way up to 48 inches. You know, on a 6-inch or, an 18, even, a 24, your tension top to bottom is going to be so great you don't have to worry about it side to side. But you get bigger and, the rods are longer, fabric is longer, you may have some issues with your tension side to side. So to combat that, all you do is simply decrease the space between your rods on your sidebars. So instead of them having, them on 12-inch bars at the top and bottom, you bring them in a notch or 2, depending on what kind of tension you're getting in what space. So that is how I would combat the tension side to side. You just simply decrease the distance between the scroll rods on the sidebars. So that's it for this week's Easy Stitch product demo. Head on over to my needlework blog on Embroidery.com. I'll have everything linked in there. Also, make sure you turn your notifications on because that's how you'll know a new video is up. As always, I'd love to hear your comments and suggestions, so leave those for me below. Happy stitching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye!